bring you guys along with us on this really exciting process and journey of preparing for our new puppy. To prepare for our puppy's arrival tomorrow, we are just getting some last minute things done today. Really just cleaning our house, cleaning our car, sanitizing everything and making sure everything's nice and squeaky clean. Puppies can be in outside areas, especially where there's other dogs, because they can get sick. You just don't want your puppy to get sick at all. So to avoid our puppy getting sick, we have to clean everything, especially because we already have obviously Ozzy at home. We've been isolating him for the past week or so he hasn't been going outside, or he hasn't been playing or around any other dogs. We had to cancel his grooming appointment because we didn't realize that there's actually other dogs at the groomers and he would be exposed to other dogs. Today what we're gonna do is get our car washed so that we have a clean car for her tomorrow, and we're gonna go to Target and just pick up like last minute little things that we couldn't get at TJ Maxx or on Amazon. Yeah, and then basically just go back home, take Ozzy a bath, and after that I'll just finish the cleaning and the sanitizing, mainly just washing the bathtub since I already cleaned everything else, and then really just setting up like her little area, making sure that her crate is clean. We might take it with us just in case she needs to go in there on the car ride home, which I probably won't put her down. Actually, I'll probably just hold her the entire time because that's what the breeder told us to do. She said not to put her down until we got home. And since we're both going to pick her up, one of us can obviously hold her. So yeah, it's just a lot of preparation that goes into a puppy. Later when I get home, I will go into detail as far as the items and everything that I've purchased so far to prepare for her arrival. The first stop is car wash and drinking my coffee, which I did get a cold brew with sugar-free vanilla and oat milk. I don't normally have Starbucks too often anymore, usually because I like to have my coffee at home. Like ever since I got into that oat milk from Trader Joe's, I've just been obsessed with having coffee at home because it's just as yummy. But since we were on the go and it's now like 1:30, I'm ready for a little you along with me to TJ Maxx. There were some things that I wanted to see, like what they had in store, which I'm really glad I did. Found this really cute bowl that had both a water and food bowl for her, and I was basically just explaining to my husband how surprised I was about the price, because something like this on Amazon would have been over like $30 or so. I believe this one was only $25, and it's elevated, which is perfect so that she can grow into it. Also, this pet carrier is so cute. It's obviously the cutest blush pink, and it fits up to 25 pounds, so she'll definitely grow into this, and I can obviously carry her around. Thought it was so cute and I was really excited. So I was also looking into getting a puppy fence just to add to the one that we already had at home and avoid buying a completely new playpen. But none of these really convinced us. I felt like they were too short, too heavy, just didn't work out. Couldn't decide whether to get the little pink dinosaur or the elephant. But what I liked about this little elephant is that it has like crinkly ears, and it had a little like a little shaker that makes noise inside of it. So I just ended up getting the little elephant. I thought it was so cute and went with the vibe of her theme. Also very pleased and excited that I found this doggy bed. Now this one she'll probably grow into. It's not going to be used right away. I just was so obsessed with how cute, light pink, floral, and like vintagey it looked, and this was just everything that we got. The little toys for her, her bed, the dog carrier, and her puppy bowls. Very good finds at TJ Maxx. Oh goodness. Okay, let's put this a little bit on the back. Okay, so we are back home, and basically I prepared the bath for him. We were gonna take him a bath in a little doggy pool that we bought for him, but I think I'm gonna save it until after he's clean. It is now summertime, so it's gonna be really hot. I think I'm just gonna bathe Ozzy in the tub, wash the tub, and then that way we can just use the pool at a later day for both dogs once he's clean. Like I told you guys earlier, we canceled his grooming appointment, so we are gonna have to bathe him ourselves. Now, we haven't done this in a really long time because we have a groomer now and she's awesome with him. And we used to bathe Ozzy when he was just a puppy, obviously, because we never really liked taking him to like Petco or PetSmart for grooming. We did a few times, but he would often get ear infections, so we kind of stopped taking him. And then when we moved here, thank God, one of our neighbors has an Aussie as well, and he is so beautiful. He's very full and fluffy, so we were referred to his groomer, and she's awesome. What I've seen is that sometimes the owner or yourself or whoever would like to can actually sit in the bathtub with your puppy. It'll kind of relieve some of the stress. It'll feel more like a play date instead of them being in there by themselves. So Emmanuel's gonna sit in there with him, or I can sit in there, whichever, just so he feels more comfortable, so he's more relaxed and ready for a little bath. We did pick up a couple shampoos and conditioner. We used to use this one when he was a puppy, when we used to bathe him at home. It is salt-free, tear-free, and paraben-free, and it's plant-based. And the conditioner. We did buy these at Pet Food Express, I think that's what it's called. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get Ozzy in the bathtub because it is gonna take a little bit of a while to get him bathed and then drying him is a whole other process. So we're not always going to be doing this. I'd rather take the doggies to get groomed, but because our new puppy's coming tomorrow, this is just what we have to do at the moment. So yeah. This boy did so good. He's dry, I want to say like 85%. So I just put him in his little house for now so that I can start mopping the floors and getting everything else basically done so that then I can just let him out, and he's just gonna stay in here for a little bit. He's used to it. If you have a puppy, or if you ever get a puppy, it's really important to crate train them. And I know in the Hispanic, Latino culture, it's like frowned upon if you put your dog in a cage or if you lock them up. The crate is not a place for them to be disciplined. It's not a place for them to go when they did something bad. It's a place for them to feel safe. It's a place for them to avoid any bad behavior. I promise you, if you crate train them since they're puppy, once they're older, for example, Ozzy, I can close his crate like I did now, and he's completely fine in there. He's happy, he's clean. We're gonna feed him in a little bit, and Emmanuel just gave him a treat just so he can relax, wind down a little bit, because we had some fun when we were drying him. Check in with you guys later to show you all the things, the final touches. We'll get up early tomorrow and make the journey to go get her. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how we've been dealing with Ozzy and getting him ready, I guess, for his little sister to come home. It's definitely been a challenge, and honestly, he's done so good. I'm so proud of that boy. Like, I don't even know if this is a thing for the average person, but this is just how I think. And I think if I had kids instead of dogs, I would think the same way. Like, it'd be the same process in my head, I guess. So like, let's say I had a baby at home or a toddler at home, and now I'm pregnant and I'm gonna have another baby and I'm bringing a baby home. I think I would still worry about my first child. Like, oh my God, like, I'm obviously so happy to have a second one, to give them a little sister, a little brother, but I think I would still worry about my firstborn and those only child concerns, I guess, when like another one comes into the mix. I'm trying to stay positive and just remember the reason for me bringing home a puppy, second puppy to begin with, and that was for Ozzy. Ozzy's such a good boy. He's definitely, you know, learned to play more on his own, be a little bit more independent. He's almost 3, so he's definitely learned a lot. The main reason why we decided to get a second puppy or a second dog is because I really wanted him to have a little sister or a little brother, just someone to like play with, someone to interact with. And you know, sometimes I felt like he kind of felt left out because obviously me and Emmanuel are so close, which we try to include him. We do include him in absolutely, well, almost everything, but he's pretty included in a lot of things. Like if we go out, he comes with us. Like he's really good about being outside, and he's socialized. He doesn't bark. He's good with people, with kids, with other, like he's a great dog. So I think I'm just trying to stay positive and remember why we decided to get a second puppy, and that's really for Ozzy to have a little companion, a little friend, buddy, sister. First, it might be a bit of a challenge for him. I really think he's going to do really, really well with her, only because when we're around our friends or family's dogs, and if we go over, if they come over, he's really good. Like he shares his toys. He's not territorial. Like he's a really, really, really good dog. Like we're so blessed to have him. The fact that he's not going to be like the only child anymore, it does make me feel like a little bit of guilt, like just a tiny bit of guilt. Not in the sense like, oh, I'm not gonna love him anymore. No, absolutely not. I feel like he's truly my baby, and he's almost 3, but I feel like he's still and always, no matter how old he is, I really feel like he's always gonna be my baby, like my firstborn baby, like our first ever puppy. For those of you who don't know the story of Ozzy, me and Emmanuel got married November 7th, 2020. 2 weeks later, we brought Ozzy home. So Ozzy was our wedding anniversary gift to ourselves, and it's been so much fun. Like, so I forgot where I was going with that story, but basically he's our first baby, but it's really just like a mommy feeling. But like I said, I have to remember why we're getting a second puppy, and that was really just for Ozzy to have a companion. So I think like overall it's gonna be a great thing for us, expanding our little family. Can you help me understand what just happened? I'm gonna try to document real time.
How do you mean?
With these babies.
You saw what in real time?
No, I'm just telling them that I pulled out the camera to record this because I'm like really gonna be trying to capture weekly like updates. And I want to talk about what just happened. Please help me understand why out of all places she could have pottied. She sniffed around and she decided to pee on Ozzy's bed. Out of all places, out of all her options available, which we did not correct her, we did not, punish her for doing that. Absolutely not. Right now, we really just wanted her to relieve herself because she hadn't for hours now. So it's fine right now. There's no problem with her. We want her to feel comfortable and safe. But
it's instinct, I guess. Like she smelled another dog's scent. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put my scent on it."
But the bed was clean.
She's already trying to assert dominance in a way.
She's like 3 years younger than Ozzy, and she's already trying to tell him that she's the boss. This is known facts, behaviors about dogs. This is what they do. It's their nature. I completely know that and understand that, but it's another thing to actually see it in these babies, because you think they're so cute and they're so adorable, but they are so smart and they know what they're doing, which is so mind-blowing. Which means that because they're so smart, you're able to train them, teach them, as long as you put in the work. But you know what? We do need a bigger fence.
Yeah.
Like, let's order it so that it gets here tomorrow, because she does need more space, which we just thought we could get away with this fence that we already had. We can use this one just whenever we want to like seclude them or when they're like eating and stuff. But she's doing so good, you guys. Let me just show you a little clip. And actually, with that being said, after I show you a little clip of what she's currently doing, I'm gonna call it a day and a night for us. We're gonna just, I'll obviously pick up the camera later, but that'll be for the next video. But just to keep this first video about her short and sweet, I think I'll just end it here. Overall, a successful, you know, day bringing her home. Dogs aren't yelling at each other. They're not, you know, they're respecting each other so far. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes, and I'm sure it'll get better over the next few days and weeks. So yeah, I will end the video here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week.